This is Bill Kimler, co-host of the Black, White, and Blue in the South podcast. This Halloween, stand out from the crowd with ZJZ Designs.com. Their brand new limited edition spooky prints are here to haunt your wardrobe in the best way possible. With 5 new chilling designs, you'll be ready for trick-or-treating, haunted houses, and everything this spooky season has to offer. Whether you're getting festive for the holidays or just looking for unique, high-quality designs to up your style game, ZJZDesigns.com has you covered. Shop now at ZJZDesigns.com and discover the t-shirts that'll make you stand out in any season. Don't get caught without the coolest Halloween t-shirt. Grab yours before they disappear. ZJZDesigns.com.
The All About Nothing podcast may have language and content
that isn't appropriate for some.
Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, Nothingers, to the All About Nothing podcast. This is episode number 270. I'm Barrett Gruber, joined by Mr. Zach King. We are here. It has been a week now since the 2025 Soda City Comic Con. Zach, we're going to share all of our interviews with the guests that were the featured guests. How did you feel like the con went?
I thought it was the most packed con so far. I think that the guest that we had, I think we got everyone we were able to interview.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, totally agree.
Everyone who was there minus one.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we talked about it a little bit on the Kind of Daily Show, but Randy Quaid is just not available because he is his wife does his interviews. So let me just get this out of the way. Please subscribe and share to the show. That's how we get new listeners. Also, please consider supporting the show financially by visiting theallaboutnothing.com and becoming an official member, proudly calling yourself a true nothinger. We'll have more details on that at the end of the show. If you can't do that, please give us a 5-star review, a like, and follow across all of social media. You can find links at theallaboutnothing.com. So we're going to get into it. We got interviews with Matthew David Rudd, Pamela Dougherty, John Heder, Macy Ann Johnson, Ken Williams, both of the NXT wrestlers, Jackson Drake and Sean Legacy, Brian Matthis, Katie Sackhoff, Kaitlyn Robrock, and Derick Snow. So also we threw in a few more things with some of the staff and at least 2 of the guests that were there. That was one thing we weren't super good at because I felt like a lot of our time was spent like trying to coordinate with the featured guests when we could potentially pull them aside. So we're going to jump right into it. The first interview is with Macy Ann Johnson and then others to follow. So Zach and I will be back here at the end of the show. Welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. We are at the Soda City Comic Con 2025. We're sitting with Macy Ann Johnson.
Hi.
Macy was telling me she is from Dallas, Texas. What is it like being in Columbia, South Carolina from Dallas, Texas? It's a different world.
Well, the weather is so much better. Oh my gosh, I can go outside and not melt.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. So, it's you guys have more green and trees and clouds than we have right now in Texas. So I'm soaking that in because it's going to be a desert when I go home. So
tell us about some of your characters. What do you have a favorite?
My favorite right now is probably just my latest girl, Pop Step, in My Hero Academia Vigilantes. She's super cute, and I'm so excited to be in the My Hero world, which is just so many people that I've looked up to in my acting journey have been these characters in My Hero. So it's really cool to get to join that universe, and yeah, I love it. I love the art style, love everything about it. It's really fun.
What got you into voice acting?
I was a theater kid all growing up, so just doing plays and a bunch of musicals, lots of that kind of stuff. And when I was in high school, I took a class at a local recording studio about anime voice acting, video game voice acting, and I got on that studio's audition list. And then I was able to, do a million auditions, get my first job, use that to start to get more jobs, how it goes. But yeah, so theater. Short answer.
Gotcha. What how many Comic Cons have you done over the course of your?
Oh,
because you have to call it a career now.
Oh yeah, I've probably done. It's been like the last 2 years that I've really been going to more. Probably early double digits, 10 or 15-ish, maybe 10 to 15.
That's a lot of cities.
I don't know. That maybe that's too high.
All right.
Somewhere in there, someone can fact check that.
You do not have to say Colombia, but like, what is one of your favorite places that you've been to?
Oh.
Don't say Colombia.
Okay, fine.
Because we know.
Fine,
No, we
I'll
know.
pick another one. I went to Black Hills area in South Dakota this
Yes.
year, and I had never been up there. And we got to see Mount Rushmore and all of this nature. And I went to that kind of in the peak of Texas summer, like in July or something. And it was so cool and refreshing. So that's probably been my favorite place I've seen so far.
When you went to the Black Hills, did you get to go check out Mount Rushmore?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
It was great. And I loved getting to do work at the con and then just vacation, checking out the nature.
Yeah.
The monuments and stuff. It was cool.
Where do you do your recording from? Do you do it from home? Do you have to go to a studio?
So most of my recording is done from Crunchyroll's location in Dallas.
Okay.
So yeah, it works out nicely. I do some stuff from home. I work on a lot of video game stuff.
Yeah.
I do from home. So that's cool too. I like both.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
We are Crunchyroll subsubscribers, so
I'm good.
you're
good.
welcome.
Good. Thank you.
$8.99 a month. It's there. But when what you do Crunchyroll, you're doing video games. Is there anything that you see in your future that you really want to do? Is there a company you'd love to work for?
Oh gosh. I don't know. There's so many things I'd like to do. I'd like to do like a typical Saturday morning type cartoon someday.
Sure.
That would be awesome. And just pretty different from the
Yeah.
stuff I've done so far. I'm trying to do more on-camera auditions and things like that. So maybe something along those lines
Okay.
too.
Have you ever thought about radio or any like?
I've never really had that come up. If somebody wanted me to do it,
There's a
I
spot.
would do it.
There's a spot on our podcast.
Oh.
You're welcome. You can phone it in from Dallas.
that's nice.
But really appreciate you sitting down with us.
Of
Don't
course.
want to take up too much of your time because you get line. We've seen your line, so really a pleasure. Macy Ann Johnson, who is a watch My Hero, watch the other, because you would not imagine how that those voices come out of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much.
it.
Yeah.
The All About Nothing podcast. I'm Zach T, and I'm here with voice actor Kent Williams. How are you, sir?
Very well.
So how are you enjoying Columbia, South Carolina?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's the first time I've traveled here. So I was expecting greenery, but I was expecting much hotter, but I was not expecting this
Oh my God.
attendance.
Yeah.
I mean, to come out of the hotel and just see the streets filled with people
Blocks.
down to where I can no longer see.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
I think this is one of the biggest attendances that we've had that I've seen since we've done it third time. They were having to stop people from getting on the escalator because of the weight limit. Yeah, they're like too many.
Year 10?
This is year 10 of the
Okay,
con.
so it's big.
Yeah.
So it's an important
big.
year.
People know it's here now. So.
They definitely know it's here.
So you do a lot of voice acting work with anime. One of my favorites that you do, Supreme Kai, Dragon Ball Z. I love Supreme Kai. Once he showed up, he never left. I love it.
Right?
Yeah. And so you did Dr. Zero. That was kind of earlier Dragon Ball Z.
He was the first.
He was the first.
My first.
He was your first.
That was my first character.
And he had the Android saga. So all that. What do you enjoy?
And then got the head crunch and thought, well, that was my one-way bus ticket home.
No, they were like, no, we have someone else for you.
You had no idea.
Yeah. So what do you enjoy about the voice acting with Crunchyroll and things like that?
The longevity,
Yeah.
for one.
Sure.
And the fact that, these roles aren't handed over.
Right.
There are auditions involved.
Sure.
So to be able to have that longevity just shows that, you have what it takes to stay in the game. And like, for a Texas actor who gets to stay in Texas, that's a big deal.
I bet that is, yeah. You can stay home, stay around there.
Well, Texas is a place to be from, and now it's more of a destination. People are, more and more actors on camera and off camera, both coming into Texas. So our talent pool's growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you, how did you get into voice acting?
I think like most of us that started out with the Dragon Ball Z, we were on stage.
Right.
So, because if you're in Texas, you're working stage because there's just very limited broadcast, print. And, now increasingly there's more. This little thing that came in sideways, anime.
Yeah.
Japanime is what we called it at first, because And no one really knew what it was. I mean, it took us like, hey, this is kind of like Speed Racer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then nobody really understood what it was. My family, didn't really understand the cartoons. My agent said, don't go.
Oh, really?
It is the opposite now,
I bet. Mm-hmm.
Now, the agents want to represent they want their roster. Full.
Yeah.
A stable of anime voice actors. Well, especially in Dallas.
Right. What are some new projects that you have coming out?
Well, I'm still working on One Piece with Dr. Vegapunk.
One Piece.
We're still going strong with solo levelings, and I've got Chairman Go Gunhee for that. I just started one that I want to say. I want to say what it is, but
You don't know.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of no, it is out. Lord of Mystery. Yeah, I play Old Neil, Lord of Mystery. A lot of dialect. Big challenge for us Texans.
Sure. The Southern drawl you can master with changing it up.
I've heard audio cassette recordings of myself when I was a little kid from North Texas, and I talk just like that.
Yeah. Anywhere I go that's not in the South or Pennsylvania or anything, they're like, you have a Southern accent. I didn't think I did, but then when you listen to it, you're like, maybe I do. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Or they don't really understand what a Southern.
Yeah, you don't know. We'll talk, like we always talk about, Southern is like Xavier Legette, that wide receiver's Panther.
Well, people say we're Southern, and we go, we're Texan.
Texan. Yeah, Southern is here.
Southern is on the other side of Louisiana.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Kent, I don't want to keep you any longer than we have to, but I appreciate your time.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, we do quick. We don't want to take your time. We know you got people lining up to see you and stuff.
This is a busy con. There are some demands here.
Oh my goodness.
About to do a panel, go back to the table, but it is in miles of smiles. My cheeks aren't hurting from smiling yet, but
so, having a good time, so that's always a positive.
Having an amazing time.
Awesome.
Ken, just want to tell you real quick that you were standing up there with me. Her favorite voice you do is Fruit Baskets.
Hattori Soma. Oh, that's amazing. That one's special to me because my son is also on that show.
Oh, really?
That's
awesome.
Followed me in the studio at 12.
You took off.
Ended up getting cast.
That's awesome.
Yay.
That is amazing. Well, Kent, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
And we'll still be seeing you around.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Exactly. All About Nothing podcast. We're at the 10th Soda City Comic Con talking to Poppi. Welcome.
Hi.
This is your 10th Soda City Comic Con?
No, this is my 4th or 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a late start to
That's okay.
Comic Con family.
What is it like to be a part of the 10th Soda City Comic Con?
It's big. We've got more guests than we normally have. We've got bigger guests. I mean, we've got 3 big names here today.
Yeah.
So, and big cosplay contest for the kids tomorrow night. It's just a lot going on for the 10th anniversary.
Absolutely.
One of the things that you and I were talking about yesterday during the setup was how cool the t-shirts are this year.
Oh, yes. Our t-shirts are awesome. Would you like for me to turn around?
Yes.
I have on this year's 10th anniversary.
Dr. Doom.
Do it that way so you can see the whole design.
Just for the record, we're getting Poppi to take her clothes off.
Just the suspenders.
Very cool shirt.
Yes.
Very cool. How big of a crowd are we expecting today?
I think it will be wall to wall like normal. Quite a few thousand people coming through here.
So take your anxiety meds.
So yes, take your anxiety meds. It will be loud. It will be noisy. It will be fun though.
We can see the line forming.
Yes,
all the way down there.
we already have a line around the block.
Very exciting.
Yes, very much. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Poppi. Appreciate
You're
it.
so welcome. Everybody come out and see us now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Barrett Gruber here at the All About Nothing podcast, Soda City Comic Con 2025. We are sitting with Brian Matthis, who is voice actor on many series as far as animation. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? How did you get to the point where you're at now? I say short story, but
short story. Yeah. Let's see. Grew up in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
And started doing. I've been an actor since I was 19 years old. So you do the math, figure that out. And
41.
That's we'll go with that. And then I started doing. I started acting then, but it was just another thing to monetize my skill, monetize my income and my skills. But that, because I had done voiceover prior to Funimation / Crunchyroll, and in 2007 when I did my first anime show.
Crunchyroll's treating you well.
Yeah, I've got a few new shows coming out, or shows that are out right now.
Yeah.
And I think I have over 140 titles. It's either 140 titles or 140 characters. I should know that.
How do you keep all of these characters straight?
Well, the good news is that I don't have to do them all day, every day.
Okay.
Because some of the characters I've done have just been one-offs. I've just done them, one time, and we'll probably never see them again.
Okay.
But some that, revisit quite often, Admiral Garp from One Piece, Elias Ainsworth from Ancient Magus Bride, Macau from Fairy Tale. I have some new things that are out right now. Natsume's Book of Friends, which I get to be really crazy in that show. If you've seen that, stuff that just came out in the last few months. Lord of Mysteries. It's a Chinese anime. It's really a beautiful show. Beautiful visually. It's really gorgeous. And a lot of us are using our English accents, so that's a lot of fun. Another new show called To Be Hero X. And another new show called With You and the Rain. It's very chill. It's about this young lady and her dog, and I play her dog-doting daddy who loves her dog.
Did you get your start sort of in theater as well?
Yeah.
So classic theater, classically trained sort of theater?
Right. Theater and musical theater.
Okay.
So as a matter of fact, I'm doing 2 plays in Fort Worth this fall.
Oh, okay.
With a great professional company there called Stage West. Be doing Ride the musical Ride the Cyclone, and then doing another new musical called All Is Calm. And so this is I have 2 more cons for the year. I have a con coming up in Aurora, Colorado, and then St. Augustine, Florida. And that has some cons that are booked for next year. Okay. I'm actually going to do my first con in England in March.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Was what of all of the cons that you've done over your, doing these, what is one of the places that's had the most impact? What's one of the places that you have visited that you would absolutely do not have to say Colombia? Okay. I know. Look, Texas, South Carolina. But it is almost the same place, if not dry or wet or, whatever,
One is greener. It depends on where you're going in Texas. But anyway. Well, each of them have their own plus.
Yeah.
You have a better monetary weekend.
Sure.
Okay. Or you have a really beautiful location, or you just have really fun people and a great venue. There's been a lot of cons that have just been successful for all kinds of different reasons.
Yeah.
Anime Midwest in Rosemont, Illinois was really, and it was just huge.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the biggest ones I've been to.
Okay.
Oh goodness, I hate the fact that I've forgotten the name all of a sudden. It was in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Really, really successful con. Lots of fun people, a great staff, and I can't remember their name, and I hate that.
That's okay.
Shame on me.
That's You'll forget me after this too. I don't believe it. Especially,
please don't edit that out. Do not edit that out. Leave that in so he can use that as blackmail against me. 3 years later, when we go to another con and he goes, I knew you'd forget me.
I'm a few years older than you. My dementia is setting in, so it's not a big a deal. Well,
yeah.
I want to say, what is your impression of Columbia been?
Oh, it's really, honestly, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Super nice people, a gorgeous venue. We are right across the street from a hotel. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Awesome fans, awesome cosplays. We've got our panel coming up in a few minutes. I'm really looking forward to that. Really, really diehard fans for some of these shows. We've had a lot of really fun film celebrities here. John Heder, Randy Quaid, Katee Sackhoff.
Do you get to fanboy over?
I do, and I make no apologies.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
Totally fanboyed over John Heder because I mean it's just iconic.
I went up and spoke with him, and I was wearing a T-shirt yesterday that confused him almost immediately, and I was telling Brock, who runs this, he said, did he sound like Napoleon Dynamite when he talked? I said, I think that's just how he sounds. I don't know that that's acting. It's, you know, but yeah, he sounded like Napoleon Dynamite when he was. And I didn't think my shirt was confusing, but it was fun interacting with it.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, Columbia is a unique place. I have spent many weeks in Fort Worth, and I think that Texas is a beautiful state, especially Austin, Dallas.
Yeah, Austin is a beautiful city, and I mean, for those of it that have never been to Texas, East Texas is unusually green and full of pine trees.
Texarkana.
And all that. So if you've never been there, people find that really shocking. And then they also find it shocking when they go way down south to the Big Bend National Park where the mountains are.
Yeah. Well,
people don't even know that there's mountains there.
I really want to thank you for being on with us for a few minutes. I know you've got a lot to do, but subscribe to Crunchyroll, honestly, because I do. My family watches everything. My kids literally, I think I told you, when I came home last night, they started pointing out all of the characters, and I was like, oh, no, I hear Brian's voice.
Okay,
and
cool.
we didn't get to talk that much, but I could hear your voice.
Oh,
So
awesome.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you again very much
pleasure.
for being on.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to all your success.
All right.
And maybe retirement eventually.
That's
someday.
right.
when I get there, I'll let you know how it is.
That's right. And I won't forget this one.
Thank you.
To the All About Nothing podcast. We are live at Soda City Comic-Con. I'm Zach King, and I'm here with the magnificent Kaitlyn Robrock.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you.
How is the con going?
It is so nice.
Yeah.
And there's soda everywhere, just like the name said.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm already happy. And,
Coming out
well,
of
I
the
learned a
mall.
lot about the city coming in on my flight. Everyone comes in through basic training at Fort Jackson.
Yep.
There's a big sports town. It's just such a bustling area. There's
Yeah.
a Longhorn Steakhouse, the best French onion soup ever.
True.
And then here at the convention, meeting all these wonderful people. There have been so many amazing ones.
Yeah, we've talked to a lot of people, and you're a first reoccurring con guest.
Really?
Second. First one was Matthew Watterson.
Okay.
So
we'll give that to Matt.
Yeah, but you were the only one who's been on the pod with us, so you get to see Barrett's old little recording cage.
Yeah.
Well, so you've had a lot of people come through. What's their biggest request?
Their biggest request is Miss Minnie Mouse, who I'm very fond of myself.
Yeah.
So I do love meeting people who love Minnie as much as I do.
Exactly.
She's so important to me.
So since we talked last, we talked a myriad of different things when it comes to voice recording.
Mhm.
Is there anything new coming up for you?
There's a couple new things. Something special is dropping tomorrow on Disney Plus.
Ooh.
It is the advertisement's out, so I'm okay to say it.
Okay.
But it's a new Lego Disney Princess movie, a sequel to the one that came out about a year or two ago. So that new one should drop tomorrow. And there's a couple of fun friends in the background. I think you might enjoy that. I was personally quite fond to learn about myself.
Right.
So I'm very fond of that. There's a couple things that are in negotiations, but so. I might get it, I might not. You never know. But that's kind of part and parcel of the process. There's more new Clubhouse coming out, lots more music.
Always good.
And a couple standalone shows from some series.
Okay.
But those ones are a little more niche, and I can definitely talk about it on the day they drop.
Yeah.
But I always make sure to update Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff to make sure it's reflective.
Okay, perfect.
And if I don't, yell at me, and I'll be better.
Is there anyone here at the con that you've been like, I got to go talk to that guest-wise?
Katee Sackhoff,
Perfect.
because her character of redacted word pudding on Robot Chicken
Yes.
is my favorite one, and she's been doing it for years.
Mhm.
But it makes me laugh every time. And then I'm also fond because she's on The Mandalorian, and in one particular episode, her and Din Djarin are going to a planet, and they have to get into a transportation ship that will take them to the king and queen.
Yes, yes.
And so I got to be the voice of that ship by saying, "Please scan your chain code, Dinjarin and Bo-Katan Kryze. Do not attempt to leave the vehicle, or you will be shot." Like,
that's amazing.
You know, they may have cut that part out. I don't quite remember. But it was fun to be able to, like, I got to say their names.
Exactly.
And I was featured for 4 seconds. And Jon Favreau signed off on it.
Nice.
Thanks, John.
That's hilarious.
Call me. I can do more.
Well, that is awesome. I appreciate you taking the time to catch up with us.
Thank you.
And we will keep touching base. So I don't know if we're going to intersect at another con, but we're still going to reach out.
I've got a few more coming. So just... You'll hear my name on the wind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And we'll share it on the pod too, so don't worry about that.
Could also be a car backfiring, so just listen closely.
Exactly.
But yeah,
exactly.
I do hope to come back soon.
Well, again, this is Zach with the All About Nothing podcast with Kaitlyn Robrock, and we appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, my dear.
you.
Bye, guys.
Barrett Gruber here, the All About Nothing podcast. I'm sitting with Matthew, who is a voice actor in, well, basically just Crunchyroll. I mean, you're not just on My Hero, are you?
Oh, no. So, and not even just Crunchyroll. Yeah. I do video games. I do regular animation, podcast narration. I do commercial voice acting. Yeah. And anime. Most times when people come to see me at a convention, it's for my anime stuff.
It's not for your Rice-A-Roni commercial.
Right. Yeah. Definitely not. Definitely not. But a lot of people, you know, I'm in a lot of good video games, Final Fantasy VII remakes and all that, and Starfield, Fallout 76, you know, a lot of cool video games that I'm also very proud of.
I'm going to ask you a question that's going to offend my co-host.
Okay. How
many Final Fantasy VII remakes are we going to get, do you think, before it's all said and done? Look at his face.
Yeah. So
there's always one more.
Yeah, just one more. So I think of the main story, there's going to be 3 total, right?
Yeah. I played Final Fantasy 20 years ago, Final Fantasy 7, like 20 years ago. And then,
but now you can play it with beautiful new graphics.
It is one of the most appealing video games to play. That and Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever played that?
So I have a lot of voiceover friends that are in it and in that world, but that's not my style of game so much.
It has a very Legend of Zelda feel to it.
Sure, yeah.
So, all right. So we're talking about Final Fantasy VII. I was just making jokes. We don't have to. So how did you get into voice acting? Like what was?
So I didn't start until I was in my 30s. I grew up wanting to be an artist, wanting to make animations, you know, that kind of thing. And one of the most fun things that I keep revisiting, because I was just talking to my mom about it, but I started drawing because I like Dragon Ball Z. And I would like, I was going to say lots of tattoos, but like I would watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid and draw the characters. And now I'm in Dragon Ball, you know, as a voice actor. So that's pretty cool. But
yeah, that's really cool.
That's like a flash forward thing. But so I went to art school. In art school, I started taking film classes and learning about editing and producing films and stuff like that. And then, you know, when you're making low budget films, you oftentimes are acting in it. And so I did some acting in my own stuff. I did some acting in other indie films. I was living, so after art school in Florida, which we talked about, I moved to Austin, Texas. And there's a lot of South by Southwest, South by Southwest Film Festival stuff happening around there. And there was also just a lot of film production happening there. There's TV shows like Queen of the South and American Crime and Walking Dead and things like that, where that's kind of where I got my start. I would be background characters, or I'd be zombies, or I would, you know, I had a couple episodes where I was, you know, a featured cast member or whatever.
Yeah.
And really, you know, and that was pushing my late 20s, and I really started getting into it. And I was like, hey, you know, maybe I should try acting full time. My wife, you know, thank goodness, was like on board. She's like, sure, let's, I'll find a job in Los Angeles. We'll move out there. And we did that. And then it's all just kind of snowballed from there. It was definitely not an overnight success.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know, maybe 10 years of learning the trade, learning how to act, getting in small productions before I started with the stuff that anyone knows about, the Jujutsu Kaisens or My Hero Academias or One Piece. That all came fairly recently in like the grand scheme of me trying to be an actor, you know.
When you were a kid, it wasn't about necessarily going into this voice acting, but like you were talking about drawing and things like that. My children, one of the things that we try to foster in them is that art, but and they immediately gravitated towards like My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, those sorts of things. They have ADHD, so watching those, they will only watch them in Japanese with the subtitles. So like when they come here, I'm like he's in My Hero. You ought to go talk to.
They don't know the English.
But they look at, but they see you guys, and then they go home, and then they start watching. It's like they hear your voice. They'll hear Macy Ann's voice, and it's just it's such a really cool experience for them. Yeah. How many Comic Cons have you done over the course of your career?
Yeah, so really I started doing conventions after Jujutsu Kaisen came out. It still is. It's a huge hit. It's like in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most in-demand anime of all time or whatever. So that's kind of cool. But so when that came out is when I started getting requests to do conventions. And I mean, probably 20 a year since then, something like that, somewhere between 10 and 20 conventions a year for the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
how many have you ever been to Columbia, South Carolina before?
No. This is my
first time.
Yeah.
So what's your impression of Columbia?
I love it. So we don't get a chance to really go outside of our little bubble when we're at these conventions, but love that it's a college town. Love that. I mean, me and the other voice actors walked around last night. What's the street? Starts with a G.
Gervais.
Yeah. We walked on Gervais and just got some really good food, really good drinks. Yeah. And then I was telling you when I flew in, just seeing the greenery, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice and humid but not. I told you I lived in Florida, so it's not as bad as Florida. So this is kind of in the middle for me.
Well, in Florida, you get humidity and pythons. It's sort of But okay, so you've given your Columbia.
Sure.
What is one of the your favorite places that you've been to?
I got to go to Australia this year. Speaking of things that will kill you, thinking of snakes. I got to go to Australia this year. Which was super cool. I grew up with Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter, and like just Australia. I think for my generation, in my mind, Australia is just like that's the place. Chris Hemsworth's from there and Steve Irwin's from there. Mad Max is Australia, like all that stuff. So I really enjoyed that. In the States, let's see, Washington's really beautiful. I've been to Washington a few times. ASEN, Anime Central in Chicago is such an awesome production. That was one of my highlights for sure.
So if you could do, so what we've come to learn over talking with a lot of the voice actors is that you all don't get to do ensemble recordings.
Right.
With your cast here there in Dallas.
Yeah.
Would an ensemble recording make things easier?
So anime is I'll speak to anime first. Anime is such a technical challenge in itself.
Yeah.
You are dealing with animated flaps of talking that has already been animated, and each session is not only the acting and the voice and stuff like that, but it's an engineer and a director really trying to make sure that we are matching those flaps, matching the intention, all the stuff that you need to do. And it's sort of antithetical to acting as you would think about it. So for the specific case of anime, I don't think it would ever work. It would be too chaotic. Nothing would get done to a technical standard. But in, when you think about shows like The Simpsons or Futurama, comedy shows, it's really fun to get the ensemble cast together because the recording happens before the animation.
Yeah.
So they can riff off of each other. They can goof around. They can ad lib lines, and then those will make it into the show, right? So that's a really valuable part of that.
If you had one animated show that's out there right now that you would potentially, let's say you had your shot.
Yeah.
What is that one animated show?
I said Futurama already. That's like my all-time favorite. Like, and I have. What's funny is this is a small industry. I have friends now. I sleep at my friend Jonathan's house when I'm visiting Burbank, and his dad is Maurice LaMarche, who is Pinky and the Brain, and he's in Futurama. And so in my friend group, I now am peers and friends with these people that I always looked up to. But anyway, out of the way, a tangent there, but Futurama's always been my favorite. That would be something cool. If it were something not on the comedy side, I always tell people I love X-Men, and now that they're doing X-Men 20 or X-Men 97.
Yeah.
I've always loved Colossus, and I would love to get a shot at being Colossus in that show.
Do you already have a Colossus voice?
Yeah. So one of the reasons that I get hired for a lot of video game work is my family's history is Russian. I play a lot of Russian bad guys and things. If you look at my poster, and I play Victor Drago, who's the son of Ivan Drago from Rocky. You know, so like I do get hired to do a lot of Russian things, which is the only reason I'm thinking, you know, I have a shot at Colossus at all. But I mean, that would be a dream. Like,
so I'm gonna do this. Can you just do a little bit?
Sure. I mean, so what would he be talking to Wolverine? Wolverine, jump on my hand. I will throw cannonball, and you will fly through the air.
That is so good. I can see it.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Watterson. We'll get it taken care of.
We'll make the connections. I love it.
Disney's a great company. I worked for Disney for like 10 years.
Oh, cool.
When I was in radio. And
hey, I'm not going to beg, but I will beg for you to make that connection.
I'll start a group chat between the two of us. Well, listen, Matthew, David, Rudd.
Yes.
It was fantastic. Really appreciate you being on the show with us.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely hope for all the success.
Yeah.
We are already Crunchyroll subscribers. So you've already you had us before.
We already got you. Okay,
right.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast with us, and enjoy your time in Columbia, Soda City Comic Con, and don't catch anything.
I'll try not to.
We're here with Steve, Soda City Comic Con. Steve, this is the 10th Soda City Comic Con. How exciting is that?
It's fantastic to have an event that has lasted 10 years and hopefully 10 more is an achievement in itself. And it's all due to the fans of South Carolina. This show would not be here if it wasn't for the fans, the people who have Columbia, South Carolina, and surrounding areas. It is a true support of the local community. And I think it just shows what we can do if we just put aside our differences and all just find something that we all enjoy and show up and support one another.
When you say differences, you mean like Star Trek versus Star Wars?
Star Trek. Yes, the great thing is the most heated conversation you'll find here at the show is somebody talking Star Trek versus Star Wars, or Phantom Menace is better than Empire Strikes Back. But it's all good fun, all good ripping.
All right, so you find that difference. Which one are you, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh, I'm Star Wars. Star Wars.
Oh.
I know. I'm probably gonna take some shots for this, but I'm a Star Wars guy.
Well, we got a couple of ensigns walking past right now.
And I appreciate Star Trek. I grew up watching Next Generation. I always thought it was a very well written show and very interesting. So, but I was just born and raised in the original trilogy.
Well, you guys do a fantastic job. Zach, you got anything?
How difficult is it working with Brock and to corral him and make sure he does his job?
Oh, it's my way into heaven is the way I'm looking at it. I know I'm getting in.
Yeah, you definitely are. Yeah. Well, we can't even get him to show up on a scheduled podcast when he's supposed to.
That's par for the course with that one. So,
and I'd just like to point out, he doesn't invite you to come along on the.
I know, right?
Right?
Yeah, I know.
What is the problem with that? We're just gonna get to you next time.
I called him. He's like, "Oh, I'm about to do a podcast." I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Well, okay. Let me know how it turns out."
So I've got your number. We'll set it up. We'll set it up so that you
need better sound bites.
There you go. That's fantastic. All right. We got Steve from Soda City Comic Con. This is the 10th Soda City Comic Con. And we're celebrating, basically pop culture here in Columbia, South Carolina. We are at the Soda City Comic Con 2025. We're sitting with Derick Snow, who is a voice actor on Crunchyroll with such roles as in My Hero Academia. Tell us about all of what it is that you do.
Oh my goodness. I've been very lucky to basically in the last 12 years, I've been voice acting in probably about 230-ish different anime from, My Hero Academia to One Piece to Fire Force and newer shows like Blue Lock and Chainsaw Man. Anime's been pretty good to me.
Do you feel like is it job security at this point?
Well, as long as I have vocal cords,
that's fair.
Yes. Although I am voicing a new show called With You and the Rain, where I don't actually use my vocal cords at all. So there's a chance that no matter what, I can make pops and clicks and still get paid for this.
I was gonna say, you have to explain that. Is it literally just pops and clicks?
Well, it's so there's like it's this little tanuki dog. He's the most cute aggression, precious little thing. So it's like, just little tiny naturalistic things. Very strange to do in the booth. It's very fun to watch a voice actor be. I'm usually a Muppet in the booth, but with this, it's like, how do I make my galadas make a weird dog sound? What a challenge.
So I know you've been doing voice acting for several years. Mm-hmm. Before COVID, did you ever do any ensemble recordings? Or you always been in this
anime sort of technical direction role?
Well, I mean, like with other groups, just behind the mic, or I mean, I have had the pleasure.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay. There, in the booth with voiceover, I've been very lucky to do I love doing this thing called Walla, like a background group where it's almost improv, where you can sound like you're something, but you don't want to be too. You want to blend in.
Yeah.
So as long as you're blending in, you could be like high schoolers in the background of a school talking about the next class, or if you're a big soldiers, we're all big fellas here, let's talk about something, but not too specific. We're not going to talk about our brand's name of cola that we enjoy the most, that kind of stuff. That's great. Yeah. But I still do a little bit of that.
Okay.
And but a lot of the times in anime, magically, when you're doing a scripted stuff and you've got a lot of lines, it's just me in that little booth.
And the director's across the way.
You got a director you're looking at through usually a window, and then the engineer. And I have done a lot of I have a booth at home, and I work with the coasts on stuff, but there's something special about being in the booth, and you can see the director, and you mess it up, and they're going, and you're like, I'm gonna do another take. Don't even need direction for that.
How long have you been touring around doing conventions?
My first conventions was basically when the world started opening up after COVID. So I had some stuff that was booked thanks to shows like Fire Force, particularly, I think was early on things that were kind of finding me some success. And then once the world started opening up a bit, that's when things started kind of hopping for me.
Columbia, South Carolina, what do you think?
Listen, I'm just here. Wherever I go, I look for great food, and I've enjoyed my time here. The magic of this area, you've got that college town vibe, but also city vibe, an old city vibe, very old American country stuff. So, but it's all very dense, and it's great and walkable, and I love that kind of stuff. So I've been hopping around to all the restaurants I can possibly eat that's local. Delightful.
You do not look like you have tried all the restaurants you can see in sight, but sure.
I work out, and I eat tiny portions.
That's going to get expensive.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, of all the places you've been, though, I assume that you've been to some cities that you may not have imagined you'd ever go to. What city stands out as one that was just iconically perfect? What place that you would potentially consider retiring to?
Retiring to. Well, so there's two modes of convention. Like my first big anime convention was in Sacramento, California. It's got a pretty cool vibe. And there were lots of great people there. And that was fun. But then on the other hand, if it's an interesting venue where if it's a cool city or a cool location, then suddenly my wife wants to come. So then it becomes like not exactly a vacation, but Armageddon in New Zealand.
Okay.
Incredible. Like, I mean, they're anime lovers, but also I'm a big nature fiend. And so I took an extra week.
Yeah.
Week and a half. I lost work, but I enjoyed it.
New Zealand is one of those places I look forward to visiting one day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Derick, I really appreciate it. I know you all have a lot going on, but really appreciate you being on with us, and hope that one day you'll come back to Columbia when you have more time to try more food.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Check out Derick Snow. Make sure you get your Crunchyroll subscriptions, because I pay for my Crunchyroll.
That makes you a hero.
All right, everybody. I am Barrett Gruber. We're at the Soda City Comic Con 2025. We're sitting with Pam Dougherty, who is a voice actress with roles on Crunchyroll, as well as you do some fairly iconic characters.
Madam Christmas with Full Metal Alchemist.
I was gonna say is that what the character's name is? The only reason I ask is because it's the very large character with
that's Big Mom.
Big Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's probably the most iconic.
Yeah.
But a couple more are Madam Christmas from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Lady Ofuku from Basilisk.
Okay.
And who's pretty evil, and some grandmother roles that seem to be the main thing I'm getting these days, and Grandini from Fairy Tale, which a lot of people love. So yeah.
How long have you been voice acting?
Since before you were alive.
That might not be.
I think it's probably the case. Since the 70s.
Okay, I was born in the 70s.
Which part of the 70s?
The very late, very
late 70s, yeah.
like almost 9 months before the 70s were done.
Yeah.
So what did you do before voice acting? Because I mean,
Well, I mean, I studied. I grew up wanting to be a classical pianist.
Okay.
I took a speech class in when I was a sophomore, and it's just sort of turned left into acting, and that's what I have been doing ever since.
Yeah.
I do film, television, radio, audiobooks, political radio, all of it.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you have to do to really have. I mean, unless you're a celebrity.
Sure.
I mean, like a big celebrity with multiple repeating roles on television shows and films and stuff like that.
You said political radio. What sort of political radio are we talking about?
Well,
because I got a sense of it when we were downstairs. We are a very progressive radio podcast, so
so it's okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I can
perfectly
say,
fine.
I think that the vast majority of entertainers out there in the world are pretty much blue people.
Sure.
But I live in Texas, and it's a very red state. What's interesting is that most of my work comes out of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And I mean, I think I've done one commercial, one radio political for a Democrat in my entire career. It's all Republican. And
pays the bills.
It pays the bills. And, well, I like to say I always tithe 10% to Obama.
There you go. One more third term. That's all we need. One more third term.
Yeah. Well,
but okay, so you mentioned TV. Did you do theater too?
Oh yeah, almost all the actors you're seeing, voice actors, theater, movies, film. We all started in theater. Okay. Most everybody. And there are a handful who started in, being DJs or something like that. But for the most part, we trained as theater actors.
Of all the characters that you do, which one is your favorite? They aren't going to know. You can tell us.
Oh, you mean theater or?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Voice acting currently.
Oh, probably Big Mom. Yeah,
Big Mom,
because she's so over the top and fun and crazy and evil.
Yeah.
So.
Of all the places that you've traveled for conventions,
do
you have a favorite? You don't have to say Columbia.
No, it's not that. It's that people think that, we've been to all these, you go to all these great cities, and what's it like to see all those places across this great country? And the truth is, we see the inside of an airport, the inside of an airplane, the inside. Yeah. The most you get to see of any given city is on the trip from the airport to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then it's the hotel to the convention center, and from the convention center straight back to the airport.
Yeah.
And so that's unless you have the time and the money to stay 2 or 3 extra days to see that, place. I will say that I found some cities have very unique characters, like Albuquerque, El Paso, Phoenix. So far they've been very southern.
Yeah.
For me, southwestern cities, they have real characteristics that no other cities have.
Yeah.
And I love architecture, so I appreciate when I drive through, like I'm going from LaGuardia in New York to White Plains.
Sure.
So I'm seeing northeastern architecture, and it's very, very different from the South.
Yeah.
It's just very, very different. It's more up. They built up, not out like we do.
Yeah. Well, I really want to thank you for being a part of the 10th Soto City Comic Con.
Okay, cool.
This is a big deal for us.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank you for sitting down with us. So check out, definitely get a subscription to Crunchyroll. Because there is so much animation, but definitely check out My Hero Academia. honestly, there's so many of them.
There's so many. Attack on Titan is a popular one.
Yes.
My Hero. I wish I could have a role in that. But there's just no. It's all kid roles.
Oh, you're
yeah,
right. You're right. No, but Attack on Titan is
that's a big deal.
that one started out. So, do you watch any of the anime?
Not as much as I would like to.
Okay.
Not as much as I would like to. I have been watching the live action One Piece.
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's helping me really understand the very beginnings and some of the very most the earliest strong characters who've stayed with the show all this time.
And One Piece has thousands of
Mhm.
episodes.
Mhm.
That's job security.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Unless you get killed off.
well, Pam, it's been a pleasure having you
Thank
on with
you.
us. It's had a pleasure having you here in Columbia, and really, really thank you for being
Thank you.
on the show with us.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Barrett with the All About Nothing podcast. This is Zach. We have a podcast that we do and release, but we're here at Soda City Comic Con talking to a lot of the patrons that are here. What is one of the things you're looking forward to here at the Soda City Comic Con this year?
Meeting Napoleon Dynamite
That's cool. That's cool.
and cousin Eddie.
Very cool. Also, Randy Quaid. That'll be neat. So you all chose to go with the vendor or the VIP passes this year. What was the reason behind that? What was something that you're looking forward to more over just the regular tickets?
We like getting in early.
That's nice.
what it was. And you get more stuff. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you all usually come and check out any of the vendors downstairs?
yeah, we'll look around.
Are there any vendors from the past that you kind of want to look forward to?
It's been a few years. I think the last came when Mike Holter was here.
Oh, yeah.
It's been several years.
Yeah. So what's your name?
Patrick Owen.
Patrick, it's nice to meet you. Where are you all from?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Okay, so not too far away, but that's a decent drive.
Yeah.
Did you feel any of the earthquakes this morning?
No, I found out about him, but I didn't feel him.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being on with us, and have a great time.
Thank you.
Sometimes you got to do interviews with people that you don't like, and I don't like him. So
Perfect.
there we go.
Feeling is mutual.
Are you allowed to make physical? Oh, you know what? Okay.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. No.
All right. Welcome back to the All About Nothing podcast. I want to welcome Mr. Sean Legacy here. Did I get that right?
Yeah, man,
Thank
Sean
God.
Legacy. That's right. You got
Get
it.
this right.
This is Jackson.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there. Skin and bones.
All brawn, no brains.
Skin and bones, baby. Popping pecs. Pecs for life. There you go.
One of the things I gotta understand is when they have wrestlers in next face off against each other for interviews. What is my role supposed to be? I'm not supposed to keep you guys from breaking and like fighting.
Nah, man, your role is supposed to be exactly what you came up to us. You know, you're like, hey, can I do this little podcast? Can I do this interview? And we agreed. Now, it's our job to have respect right now and not to flip this table and throw him over this balcony. But I'm not going to.
Sam Reddy ain't gonna do that.
How much desire?
In no universe would he do that ever.
How much desire do you have to pop him one?
Honestly, zero. You know, this guy is really busy talking about being the Evolved Champion 24/7, while I'm busy being the Evolved Champion 24/7. And that's just how it is.
You know, I get it. He's the Evolved Champion, you know. I know he's in a group called the Vanity Project. So, but hey.
Should we
he's,
say that on here?
100%.
Yeah. Nah, bro, you need to clock him for that one, dude. You won't. You need to check him for that one. You didn't let him talk that way on your interview? That's crazy.
Let me just say, growing up watching wrestling, I know that there is always this idea that it's not real, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that were the case, the amount of abuse and the strength you guys have to have, I am just floored, and it's phenomenal. The amount of work you guys do just to even protect yourself, is incredible.
Yep.
What got you into this line of business? Like, what was
me? I mean, I've been a fan.
Yeah,
I've been a fan my whole life. You know, my dad got me into wrestling, and every Monday night he would call me in his room, and we would watch wrestling together. And I just fell in love with it since.
Gotcha. What about you?
That sounds so sweet. Yeah, man. You know, my friends liked it, and I'll be honest, I was a little bandwagon kid. You know, they got into it, I got into it, and they grew out of it. I just never did. It always stuck with me to the point that I felt a unyielding desire to get in there and do it myself.
Yeah.
Make my own legacy.
What's the worst injury you guys? What's the worst injury you guys have ever had?
In wrestling or just like in general?
Oh, let's go in general.
Okay. Well, I got hit by a car when I was 15 and I broke my leg.
Did you not see it coming?
No, we didn't see it coming.
I was actually I lost my one of my wrestling hats. It flew out the window, and it went into we were at an intersection, right? Ooh. And the other light was on red, like the lane. They were on red, so I thought I was good to walk across the street and get it. I picked it up, and as I was walking back, fade to black, dude.
Feet overhead.
I don't remember nothing. Apparently, I did like a 630. Ooh. The car hit me.
Man,
hell yeah.
What about you,
dude? I can't.
It wasn't like that. That's hilarious. I would have died laughing if I saw that in person. Of course, I would have checked. I'd be like, "Hey, you good?" But as soon as I would have heard the then I would have done. I would have been done. Woo! That is great. Oh yeah, I broke a finger. You know,
just a finger.
Yeah,
you got one of these things where it points off in the different.
Yeah, I got like that.
I see.
Yeah,
I
got that, but that's about it. I'm pretty good at paying attention and looking both ways before I cross. So,
deny that. So, being in Columbia, South Carolina, you used to live here.
Yeah. I used to live here for a couple of months when I was training to be a pro wrestler.
Okay.
Yep, man. I was working a job in Amazon. That job really sucked.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got the thumbs up for you're good, and I left Columbia because I did not like my job, and I went back to Georgia and Augusta.
Okay, so you're originally from Augusta?
Yes, born and raised in Augusta, Georgia.
So Georgia Bulldogs fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
what about you?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech? Okay.
I was recruited to play baseball there. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yep.
I was recruited by Georgia, but I passed. I was
because Georgia Tech's definitely going
Can
somewhere.
we talk about me instead of Georgia? Jesus Christ, what are we doing here?
Is this your first time to Columbia, South Carolina?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Home of the, you ever seen the Red House Furniture Store just a little ways down the road from Greensboro?
No, I can't say I have.
No? Oh.
No, I don't shop for furniture. I shop for supplements.
You grew up in Greensboro,
yes.
North Carolina. It's where the zoo's at. Is that where the North Carolina Zoo is in North Carolina? Don't tell me you don't know.
No.
The Greensboro Natural Science Center is in North Carolina. How are you going to talk about
He doesn't know, man. Trust me.
what's from where I'm at? What the hell?
He doesn't know. That car hit him good. He doesn't know. That car got him good.
You did let us know. You did let us in on a little thing. How many people
I opened up and now I'm getting made fun of for it.
How many people
try to be vulnerable?
How many people know the story about
That's why I am the way I am. Well, I guess the world knows about it now, right?
Well, we'd love for the world to know about it, but
yeah.
But like, when you grew up, was wrestling something you wanted to get into? Was this?
Oh, since I was 7, yeah.
Okay.
Since the tender age of 7. Yeah, got into it when I was 13. 21 now. I'll be 22 in 7 days. How old are you, Sean? 30?
Not 29, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm 29. Well.
Okay. Still young. Still got time.
Yeah, dude.
You're all right, kid. 2030s are a year.
2030, baby. 2030.
Baby.
I'm going to strive for it, Jags. I'm striving.
You do that.
Growing up, who was your favorite wrestler?
Randy Orton.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. John Cena.
Very nice. Very nice. I think back, Sting, Ric Flair, like those were the guys when I was into it, because I'm twice your age, more than twice your age.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn, bro.
It's all right though. Hey, listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you guys are busy with fans coming to meet you, but really appreciate you being on with us.
Of course.
It's absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. There's nothing there. They're going to get 0 views now. You're going to get negative views. They're going to get negative views.
Stick a needle up their bum every day.
I'm
sorry.
You know, this whole time I thought he was showing off his abs, but he's showing off where the car hit him this whole time.
My leg, dumbass.
Thank you guys very much.
Yes,
we are at Soda City Comic Con 2025, Barrett Gruber. I'm here with a couple of T-Rexes that showed up. Where are you guys from? What's your names? Okay, terrific. What do you all like most about the Soda City Comic Con? Great. Oh, all right. Well, okay. So let me ask this:
What is something you came this year to see very specifically? Well, clearly you all are going to have to translate that yourselves. So everybody, we're at Soda City Comic Con 2025.
Right, welcome to the All About Nothing podcast at Soda City Comic Con for 2025. I'm Zach King. I'm here with John Heder. John, how are you?
I'm good.
So you enjoying Columbia?
I mean, I've been outside all of like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's a cool name. I like their sportswear.
Might be the same. I can't confirm nor.
It might be. It might not be.
So, you said you don't do a lot of cons. You try to keep it demand high.
I'd like to make it sound like it's my choice.
Yeah.
But I think the demand is low.
Yeah.
So we're just at the beginning of a bear market for me. And then by the end of the year, people were like, oh my gosh, demand is high. We need more. And I'll be like, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who when people are coming to you, fans are coming to you at these cons, what do you get the most requests for?
Probably there's a cartoon I did called Pickle and Peanut. Disney. You guys heard of that company?
That's who they're coming for.
Disney
right?
XD. Disney Plus. You can go on Disney Plus, check it out. Pickle and Peanut. People are kind of hardcore. It's got a major fan base. I think it opened up in like the Asian markets years ago, and it's just kind of blown up since then.
Yeah.
So if you think anime is popular, go check out Pickle and Peanut. We are in over 180 countries worldwide. I think we're opening up a convention on the moon based solely on Pickle and Peanut.
Well, let's talk about a little underrated film you did.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
You don't remember being in that at all?
I remember.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I remember everything I've done. I don't like to watch everything I've done, but that one I've watched.
Right. So for me personally, it came out when I was in high school around 2006, I believe. We loved it. We felt like that was made for us.
Yeah.
Especially from South Carolina. The being around in the middle of nowhere and having the uncle who always talked about glory days of football. I had a llama named Tommy.
Tommy, really?
Yeah. We did not feed her ham, but every time I fed him, Tina, come get your lard.
Tommy sounds like a good brother to Tina, like Tommy Fat Lard.
Exactly. Yeah. And Barrett had mentioned one of his favorite movies, The Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
Where just fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for me too, one of the ones me and my brother always bonded over was Blades of Glory.
Yeah.
Now, Jimmy McElroy, famous. What would Jimmy McElroy be doing today?
Today, he'd probably be coaching because that's what everybody does after they, well, right? Or announcing, coaching or announcing ice skating competitions, local ice rink competitions.
Maybe filling in at the skate shop a little bit.
No. He's above that.
Above it.
He has certain, he's a gold medal winner. Like you can't downgrade to that level. You can downgrade a little bit, not that low. But yeah,
making sure people stay modest, impure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's like no strapless gowns or leotards or anything like that. You gotta cover it all.
Yeah. What would Napoleon be doing today?
Napoleon would probably be
mixed martial arts champion.
I think he'd probably be begging for food on the streets. He's not doing as well as we thought.
No. Pedro has moved on to campaign.
Oh yeah, Pedro's just like dropped that dead weight and just like, all right, you were my campaign manager for a hot second. Now let me go get a paid one and do this for real.
Yeah. So Randy Quaid is kind of, let's call him your booth mate next door.
Yeah.
Have you had any discussions? Maybe let's get a buddy duo comedy going on.
With like Napoleon and like just him and I.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd pay. You could do a Kingpin 2 with you in it. And
Kingpin 2, and he has gone out. What's that word for the Quakers when
they get to go do whatever.
Or the Amish when
Rumspringer.
Rumspringer. So he did Rumspringer.
Yeah.
And he tasted the fruit and he liked what he tasted. So he has since become like jaded by the world and also sucked in. And I am from the same Amish community, and I've come to rescue him.
To bring him back.
To show him life on the farm.
Yeah.
And so it's a kind of an original fish out of water back in the same fish pond.
I love that.
Something like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we will not take any more of your time, John. Thank you so much for getting with us.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here. If you want, you can come bother me and Barrett at any point because I know it's so boring in there, and just come sit down and talk about podcasts with us.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We are at the Soda City Comic Con 2025. I am Barrett Gruber, host of the All About Nothing podcast. We're sitting with Katee Sackhoff. Katee, it is an honor to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's nice to be here.
What do you think about Columbia so far?
You know, these conventions are such a whirlwind for me. I always fly in, land, usually head straight to the hotel, and I don't get to see much of anything.
Yeah.
And so the people have been wonderful, and that's usually how I judge a place, and everybody's been super kind, and it's been really great.
Yeah. How many conventions do you wind up doing a year?
So up until about 3 years ago, I really only did probably 2 a year, maybe, if I was lucky enough to be able to do that many. The last 3 years since my kids were born, I probably did between 8 and 10 a year. Because it was such a wonderful thing to be able to do and be able to spend time with my kids at home as well.
Yeah.
But next year I'm back to probably none.
Oh.
Maybe 1, 2 next year.
That's great though.
Yeah. So this is the last year that I'm going to probably be out in full force. So.
Katee Sackhoff, the Sackhoff podcast.
Yes.
How much of your schedule is that? Because you're publishing weekly. We publish weekly. We try to do what you do, but we're doing like 3 or 4 episodes a week that we're trying to release. But you've got the numbers, fantastic. But how much time does that take?
It's a lot. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I have a whole team that I hired, which I had to do. And it is a full-time job. The hardest part of doing a podcast is booking guests.
Yes.
And having to work around guests' schedules. And then the second hardest part is when I am working, trying to do interviews. So while I was up in Vancouver filming Carrie, I was trying to get interviews in person in my hotel room when I was off for the day. And that's it's a lot of work on top of another full-time job.
And
plus then raising kids is like 3 full-time jobs.
And you're actually doing that. You're doing trying the schedule. I haven't gotten my phone call yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So real quick, just want to ask you, we recently saw an article talking about doing Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And how that broke you, that this was a very difficult role for you to do.
Yeah.
What was that? What exactly?
It's so interesting. And you know this as well as I do, that when you're doing a podcast and you're talking about yourself, you always try to make sure that you get back to the guest as quickly as possible, because the podcast isn't about me, it's about the guest. And so I really didn't go into exactly why it was so difficult for me. The character was established in animation. It wasn't established by me. So I was almost working backwards, trying to figure out who she was in live action and find her in my belly. I mentioned finding a character in my belly, meaning that I'm walking in their shoes, I'm talking the way that I'm thinking the way that they do. All of those things that have come naturally in other characters because I established those characters. In Mandalorian, I didn't establish her. It was about me making sure that I was consistent with the animation and that she felt like she fit in the world. And, I was going through a lot in my personal life as well. My daughter was born in the middle of shooting season 3. She was going through a myriad of health struggles during the publicity when we were airing. It was just a really hard time for me. And I was having a really hard time identifying with Bo. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to be everything for the fans and for that franchise. And it was just a lot of pressure.
Well, it paid off. I really don't think that anybody else could have done it.
Thank you.
Between Longmire, Battlestar Galactica, your movies, TV, absolutely exceptional career. And really appreciate you sitting down with us and coming to Soda City Comic Con.
Thank you so much.
And we'll get to see you again in Myrtle Beach.
I know, soon with Sam Witwer, you said, right?
Yeah, Sam Witwer.
Yes, he's like my better half these days.
Well, and just so you know, Sam, if you see this, we know you can't get rid of Matthew Wood the same as we can't get rid of Matthew Wood. So
is Matt Wood coming too?
Yes.
Of course, it's the 3 of us. There you go.
Exactly. So thank you very much for being on with us.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
I'll
and
see
Katee
you guys in Myrtle
Sackhoff.
Beach.
Thank you.
Bye.
Zach, I got to say, I did think that because we were 97% successful with interviewing everyone that we could, I think that it was a successful con for us.
It was.
I do want to thank especially Steve and Brock and
For sure.
Amy and RJ and Frank and Deneen and everyone, all of the staff that run this Soda City Comic Con, because I don't know, I couldn't do it. I don't, the hours they put in. Also, big thanks to Ami for being there the whole weekend with us too.
Yeah, absolutely, Ami.
Welcome to Wonderland Podcast. Yeah. Bill was there with us on Saturday. And just so everyone knows, the reason that the interview at the beginning with Macy Ann Johnson was so overly exposed was because Bill didn't know how to operate a camera. So
to be fair, I said, I think it's okay. I think it's just the camera. And then I was like, well, I guess it wasn't the camera.
Yeah,
so I'll shoulder some of that blame.
Well, I wasn't aware that it was that exposed. Like when he said it was exposed, I was like, all right, well, I'll check that out, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I can probably unsaturate it or whatever, but I couldn't. So
we'd be amiss not to say you did send a professional wrestler after me.
I did. I
responded in wrestling kind.
Yeah, definitely go check Zach's TikTok at GarnetKing07 because I thought that was a hilarious. And Sean Legacy was just unbelievably awesome for participating in that. Like, I think during the course of the day, both Saturday and Sunday, especially like in the afternoon, like as we were getting towards the end, he was, I think, bored out of his mind because for the most part, everyone had gone to watch the cosplay contest, and that was where everyone was starting to migrate. So he didn't have a lot to do. He also wound up being the third judge in the kids cosplay contest with Ami and I. I don't remember who the winners were. One of them was in a giant outfit from Five Nights from Freddy, the big bear.
Oh yeah, the bear. Yeah.
And then I don't remember the other ones, but it was a really good time. And there's a video that I will share at some point. There was a Coldplay Kiss Cam catch that did occur.
Cool.
So I'll leave that out in the world. You'll have to follow us on all of our social media.
Scandalous.
A little scandalous. All right, that is going to do it for this episode number 270. Thank you very much, Zach, for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you to, again, everyone at the Soda City Comic Con, the staff, the featured guests, everyone that we got to participate with and sit down with and talk to. It was a lot of fun. Just for future reference, Zach and I are available for bar mitzvahs and weddings as entertainment.
Public executions.
Sure,
I mean,
100%.
As long as they deserved it. I don't know.
Yeah. We can talk about that in another episode. All right, links
Definitely
to all
beatings.
Yeah, that's right. Links to all of our past episodes, podcast platforms, merchandise, and social media are available on our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. And if you think our financial model of giving away free content and entertainment is silly and you're in the giving mood, why not become an official Nothinger and support the show? Members get early access to this episode as well as exclusive content. You can visit members.theallaboutnothing.com or you can find a link on our webpage. You can also give us a one-time donation through the same link. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533, or email theshow@theallaboutnothing.com. You can also join our Discord server, links found on our webpage. Thanks for listening, everyone. You stay safe, be kind, and
keep your hands to yourself.
The All About Nothing podcast is a product of Big Media and produced and engineered by me, Barrett Gruber. Thanks to Cake for our intro music, Sick of You. You can follow Everything Cake the band at cakemusic.com. Thanks to Muff the producer for our outro music. You can follow Muff on Instagram at Muff the producer. You can follow me across social media by visiting Linktree/Barrett Gruber. And you can follow Zach King on Linktree/AAN Zach. Want to support the show? Visit our webpage, theallaboutnothing.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. To find links to our social media, podcast platforms, and merchandise to support the show, as well as past episodes, visit theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can email theshow@theallaboutnothing.com, or you can call our number and leave a message. Dial 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our sister shows. What the Pod Was That with Carrie, Zach, and myself. Welcome to Wonderland with Ami. Politically Speaking with Erica, Kirsten, and Emily. And Black, White, and Blue in the the South with Dr. Jameel Brooks and Bill Kimmler. Please subscribe and share this show. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe and punch that notification bell. Thank you for listening, and hear us next week. The preceding podcast is a product of Big Media and copyright 2023, all rights reserved.